about Parshas Pekudei, we have the completion of the Mishkan. B'siyata d'Shemaya, it's as we finish Sefer Shemois, it's exciting because the Mishkan is finally built. It's also a little bit of a anticlimactic because we know that Vayikra is coming, and with Vayikra brings karbanos in all the parts that we don't fully understand. So it's a little bit difficult, but b'siyata d'Shemaya. Let's speak out a little bit over here. First of all, there's a Chasam Sofer.
Just hang out and brace.
Yeah, you should know. It used to be they finished all of Torah. It took 3 years to finish Torah. So I can imagine that there was like that first year was probably like off the charts, but the third year I can only imagine, But either way, there's an incredible over here. Just this is more of a historical context. A Chasam Sofer that quotes Rabbeinu Bachaya, some will call it Rabbeinu Bachya, that discusses just important. I heard this past week, and when I said this over to someone, I realized that people don't understand this. When we had a Mishkan and when we had a Batei Mikdash, there's a misconception out there in the world that the Mishkan was during the Midbar, and then we got to Eretz Yisrael and there was a Batei Mikdash. That is a misconception. The Batei Mikdash was not built for another how many years when we got into Eretz Yisrael? Does anyone know? 440 years. 440 years. So what does that have to do with this week's Parsha? Says Rabbeinu Bachaya, I apologize, I think the chance I'll drop undercooked. It was, okay, no. Things happen in life. I'm just taking the fault in case it's not good. If it is good, my wife takes credit. Eile Pekudei Mishkan Ha'idus, the first pasuk, says Rabbeinu Bachaya something astounding. What he feels is merumaz, is hinted in this pasuk. And I'm not so good at gematria, so I'm just going to read it to you inside. The word Ha-Mishkan. The word Ha-Mishkan is gematria 420. 420 is the amount of time the second Batei Mikdash stood. So if this is the way, if you never want to know when the first Batei Mikdash stood, the second Batei Mikdash stood, and the Mishkan, you just look at the first pasuk in Pekudei, and you're going to get it. Okay? Ha-Mishkan is 420, is the amount of years that the second Batei Mikdash stood. The word Mishkan is whatever. I didn't say it properly. Let's say this properly. Let's just go in order so we can actually remember it. You ready? Mishkan 410, first Batei Mikdash. Rabbeinu Bachaya says it the other way. I'm going to say it in the way that laymen like us can understand it. The word Mishkan 410. Okay? Ha-Mishkan is 415. Plus the 5 letters, and all those people like, gematrias, you just throw things in. The Chasam Sofer asked that kasha, don't worry, in a moment. Plus the 5 letters, 420, second Batei Mikdash. Ha-Eidos without the Vav is 479, which is the Mishkan. How is that the Mishkan? I told you it was 440 years into the Eretz Yisrael. How many years were they in the Midbar? 40. But the Mishkan was only built in the second year. So that's how you know the Mishkan was 479 years. The first Batei Mikdash was 410. Second was 420. Asks the Chasam Sofer. Chasam Sofer says, but you messed it up. It's 415. You add the extra 5 letters. Says the Chasam Sofer, there's a deeper Remez there. During the second Batei Mikdash, there were 5 things that were lacking that were not there from the first Batei Mikdash. So says the Chasam Sofer, it's beautiful. Ha-Mishkan, it's 415. You then add in those 5 that were missing, then you get to the 420. So first of all, just a historical piece. Sometimes we have to come parts of our life, we have to realize, we have to know a little bit about history. I don't know if we're up to, someone told me this past week, he started learning Nach, you only a Pekudei, you finished the whole thing. Okay, maybe one day we'll get there, but a little bit, one little dot. The Mishkan was 479, which is 440 years into the Batei Mikdash, into Eretz Yisrael, 410 and 420. That's just a quick historical tidbit. But now,